Good morning. Welcome all. Well, what a wonderful day. I've just had breakfast with a speaking colleague from New Zealand, and I hopped on my scooter and scooted back here along the freeway and have literally sat down and done this, and here I am. I am going into our Facebook group, the New Video Professionals Facebook group, and I'm also going into LinkedIn. Let me double check here. Oh, look, I'm in both. I've got it pulled up on my screens on either side here. So you might notice a couple of things different here. And that is, there's a little bit of change in the branding. I'm going to help people overcome the fear of video in 7 days. Yeah, a bit of a passion project, really. Why am I doing this? Because with working with people from all different walks of life and industries and organizations, and individuals and practitioners. And generally, I work with people who are leaders, speakers, thinkers, and teachers. You've got something to say. And you can show people how to make a video, but it is irrelevant unless you are willing to show up on video. Because your job, if you are a leader, a speaker, a teacher of something, or a thinker, is not to be creative. Your job is to be persuasive. And just turning up on video is key. And unless you are willing to do that, all the rest does not matter. And the reason that most people are not willing to turn up on video is because they have a fear of video. Let's call a spade here. And that's what I've decided to do. And you know that even though I've just had this sort of branding up, and it's been, I really haven't been pushing it. I've just been working out, how I'm going to package all this together just with people saying it. If you go to overcomethefearofvideo.com, there's a sign up form for a masterclass that I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing these lives, doing it live. I'll probably automate it. But it's to show you the starting. Don't worry what's in it. I don't want to get there yet. But it is, the point I'm making is that people are signing up to this. More so, it's just, but I haven't even been pushing it, and people are signing up. So there's a definite interest in this. And so this is a bit of a passion project for me. I'm going to run with this, I think, for quite a while. So rather than me being known about video, and I'll show you, I'll show you how to do all this packaging. This is easy. This stuff, honestly, it's becoming push button easy. Someone can show you how to do it. You set it up, and all you do is press the buttons, and it's going to look good. But this bit here, just turning up as imperfect, imperfect you, is what it's all about. And look at this. Let me move some of these down here. There's Ken. Ken, if is Canada, I think, if I remember. If it's not Canada, it's British Columbia or somewhere like that. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Terrific to see you. Let me take you off there. And Brad Halk. Now, Brad is a fireman. But he's also a tech guy. He's also a speaker. Brad is a man of many talents. And as Ken has rightly pointed out, it is Canada. So, geez, what time of night is it over there? Or day? So it's 9 a.m. in the morning here in Brisbane. Right. So a couple of things. So if you've got any questions, please shoot them into me. You can either go into the chat box. Oh, I meant to put this in. I'm just going to put into the chat box there. I've just put it in LinkedIn, and I'm going to do it into, that's it. It is now, oh no, I put it in the wrong chat box. There it is. Okay, that is now in the New Video Professionals Facebook group. So you can either ask me a question there, or what you can do is you can uh, click on the link there and you can come on as a guest and we can talk side by side. You'll be over there side by side with me and we can have a chat about anything, because this is why I am here. I do these lives not so much to preach my message to you. I'm happy to talk about anything that you want to talk about that is going to help you start turning up and doing this, because there is so much power in doing this. In case you haven't worked it out yet, we do business with people we know, like, and trust. So this is such a wonderful way to make that happen so easily. And hey, there's here we go. We got hang on. Why has that not come up there? Oh, there you go. There's me trying to work out the comment. Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, this system I use, so I use Ecamm to do this. It doesn't pull in the comments from LinkedIn. So I'm just seeing other ones here. So we got Horace is saying me he's in transit somewhere, so he's just seen me pop up on the screen. Hello there. So yeah, look, what questions have you got? What questions have you got about video? About overcoming the fear of coming on video? Anything you want. If you've got questions, I will answer. If not, we're going to have a short day, but that's okay, because the whole game here is, as far as I see this, is turning up and building trust. That, I say that I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here at a certain time. And I come in and imperfectly, I just show up and you get to get the benefit of my knowledge, and you also get to know me a little bit better along the way. Hey, Michael Ackery, how you doing, Michael? I've seen you. I'd like to put up the comments, as they come up from LinkedIn, but unfortunately at the moment I can't. What I do want to tell you guys is something that I did find during the week, and that's what I'll also do here. I've got other things I do one's called Cool Tools and one called the X-Ray Video Advantage, where you can put up a video and you'll come side by side with me and we'll put the video up and I'll give you live coaching on your video if you're brave. And I call that the X-ray video, because we have a look inside your video and look at all the component parts and how we can arrange those a little bit better and give you a better spine, a better skeleton in there. But one of the things is that I'm probably combining all of those here into this Overcome the Fear of Video Live. And I'll also tell you about apps that I find, because this is one of the, oh man, it's just, I keep saying this, it's happening so fast. Every month, there are new apps that are coming out that are helping professionals like you show up on video, save time, connect with people, sell better. And this app that I want to mention is to get video testimonials. So it's called Video Peel. So Video, P-E-E-L. And what it is you just go in and you create a campaign, but you send a link to someone and they literally open up their desktop or their phone, and in there, and you can create this however you want, but basically you ask them for a video testimonial or anything you want them to record a video for. And then in the app, they just click the button and it literally opens straight up into their camera video recorder. They hit the red button, press the red button. You ever heard me talk about that? They press the red button and you record just a simple video message, just in vertical or horizontal, whatever you want to do. Hit stop and go, yep, I like that video, and hit send, and it's done. So they don't have to do anything but click that one click, and everything there is there for them. So it's just frictionless. So I've been sending that out to some of my previous clients asking for video testimonials, and they're starting to come back in now. Why? Because it's no effort for people. And this is where video is going. I mean, this idea that we think we're going to, video is about making all these creative videos. There's a million, there's actually a billion people out there almost on YouTube and all these other channels making creative videos. That's not what you want to think about. It's not for you to be creative, it's for you to be persuasive. And there's all these apps that are just coming out to make video so much easier. And you will, mark my words, you will be at a point in a couple of years' time where you will just be thinking, I need to connect with someone. Will I write an email, or is it going to be easier and simpler for me to send a video? And that's what I'm finding now. The apps that I use, like this Video Peel, like Loom, is that I save. I don't know. It's tens of minutes to maybe hours a day sending instead of writing emails, that I'm sending videos. It's just so much easier to do. And all this, lies ahead for you, but you've got to overcome the fear of video to be able to do that first. So, hey, Michael, thanks. Yeah, it's a great tagline. Yeah, thank you for that. And what's the best success story so far with your clients? Well, I won't tell you the best. Let me tell you a really current one that I'm working with now. I'm working with a client who is 100% blind, who is showing up on video and using video in her business. And it's just been an absolute joy to work with. And I was working on a session with her yesterday. And this is, let's just brings me back to talking about technology and about these apps and about how we can be using it so effectively. Uh, because when I worked with clients and we were setting up, like a presentation screen, like this for her, she can't see. I had to completely rethink what I was doing. So then I looked for software, which means I can remotely control her computer and do it for her. And of course, there's very good software that technical people use, but it was $50 a month, and I didn't want to pay that just for using this occasionally. And I found some open source software, which is just brilliant. It was simple to set up. And here's me controlling her computer and setting all this up for her. And last night she did her first keynote presentation using this sort of setup here, and that was so. Yeah, as talk about a success story, like successful. It was brilliant. It was she went to air last night with that. And so there you go. What's your excuses? This woman can't see, and she's making videos. Hey, Horace, what's the high-level key points to always cover in a video? Spine. Well, I don't. It depends what your videos are. Who is your audience? What is the market? What is the message that they need to hear? But what I do is that if you get, now this is back to front. There you go. Because I work in mirror. The reason I work in mirror when I'm doing this is because all our life, when we see ourselves, it's in a mirror. And that's what we know. We know if we put up this hand, it comes up on that side of the screen. If you work in normal, I won't switch it down around now, but if you work in normal camera mode, it's reversed. And so if I put that up, it comes up over there and you're forever doing this. So the trade-off is occasionally I have to put up something like that, but I just tell you it's back to front anyway. It doesn't really matter because what I can do is I can just put up the graphic of it there like that. So there you go. Why don't I do that? So if you got this book, if you go in here, I'll tell you, go and get this. This gives you my E20 script template. I work off a whole heap of templates when I make videos because I don't want to have to think about it all the time. Because, it's a bit of a sausage fact. We're persuading people. This is business, like, it's a bit of a sausage factory. So why make your life harder? But the E20, and E20 is the essential 20. It's the Burrito Principle, the 20% that gives you the 80% of the results. If you go in there, that's the outline, and I just tell you what it is. It's T's. So make an intro. Look, tease, ask a question, state a fact, challenge an assumption. Start with an interesting hook. So it goes tease, title, transformation. So the transformation is that if you're making a video, you want to tell people your promise. If they watch this video, they will go from here to here. And it's just a line, but you want to tell them what they're going to get out of the video, because we've got so much choice and content that people are wondering, is it worth me investing the time? It's a downside of video. A downside of video is that you have to invest more time into it to get the value out of it, as opposed to if you look at text, you can scan quickly and go, nah, that's not for me. So by putting that promise up at the start, which I call the transformation, is that it just tells people what's there. Then teach. Tell them what you want to tell them. And then the takeaway, the lesson. People love lessons. Always have a lesson in a video. And then the task at the end, which is the call to action. What do you want them to do next? And then the title. So it goes tease, title, transformation, teach, takeaway, task, title. You can take out those two titles. Do you know what the most popular button in the history of Netflix is? They put on skip intro. That button has been pushed more than anything by anybody on Netflix. People are not interested in titles now. So if you are going to have a title, you never put it at the head. Don't put it at the head. No one wants to watch a title. They want to see you. That's what the tease is there for. Tell them what's going to be interesting. But then if you are going to put a title in, make it short. Sometimes I put a little branding title in, and mine is about 2 seconds long. It's just a little branding. But what is better to do is put your branding on your screen, like your book here or something, and then you don't have to have that title. It wastes people's time. And then at the end, if you want to put a title, sometimes I have a little finger that comes in on my logo and goes doink. It's a second long. And so just at the end, just as a nice sort of tidy up, you can put that there. All right. Did you notice I tend to go off on rambles here? But that's it. So that they are in a general point, they are the things that I always try to hit. Probably most important out of a video is a call to action. I mean, honestly, if you don't, what's the point of making the video if you don't have the call to action in it, in what we're doing? And it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying you're a call to action to blatantly sell something, but just to tell people what the next step is. Because if they're watching you or interested in what you're doing, they're there because they've got some sort of pain that they want solved. Well, make it easy for them. And you might have a series of videos where you're not selling anything. You're just literally turning up and taking away people's pain somehow. But tell them to go on to the next video. Tell them that it comes out every Thursday. Tell them that this is a 5-part video series that you've made. Here's another little tip. Why a 5-part video series really good? So if you're going to make a series of videos, make them in 5 parts. Why? Because there are 5 days in a week. And if you make a 5-part video series, it makes it really easy then for you to have a package. You might have someone in an industry or a market that you want to get into, and you can connect with them and you go, hey, I've made this 5-part, a Monday to Friday series that you can put out to your people. It's got great value. I'm not selling anything into it. And then you get to get in front of their audience. So, right. Brad, okay. Oh, Ken says, I'd love to come on as a guest with a question. Well, you can, Ken. So if you, I haven't seen you come in yet. So go into the chat or above the video, and you'll see the link, and it's got guest.ecam.live. If you click on that link, you will come up, and I'll bring you into the green room, and yeah, come on in, have a chat, please. While you maybe are doing that, Brad, why are my graphics coming in large? Let me move that across there. What are your thoughts on what to wear when you're just trying to be authentic in your videos? Well, you could be, I'm trying to reduce you. Here we go. Hang on. Let me get myself sorted here. Okay. That's interesting. Why are they coming in big? Sorry, I'm thinking ahead. So, what are your thoughts on what to wear? So, Ken, if you wanted to be really authentic, you could wear nothing, right? I wouldn't recommend you do it. You know, I used to be a children's entertainer, and this is where I met Ken Sky actually. And when I started, like, I mean, I was never confident. You know, I had to learn to be in front of an audience. So I used to get advice, and one of the worst pieces of advice I ever got was that, you know, that old classic advice. If you're worried, if you got stage fright, just imagine your audience naked. That is terrible advice to give to a children's entertainer. Always remember that. Worst advice ever. So, if let me come back to this, Brad. When we make videos, we all make this classic mistake, and that is we make the videos for ourselves. We mistake who our audience is. And even though we're making it for an audience, we don't, because what we do is we go, oh, I really like this color around here. Oh, I'm not going to put it out until I find the right piece of music. Well, show me your data. Show me your research data that says your audiences likes that type of music, or they like that color. All of this is irrelevant, and the truth is we end up making these videos for us. So with that framing about what to wear, it's just a bit, who is your audience? Because let me just tell you a very brief story here. When I was a cameraman and I started off and I was shooting in news, I used to go and do a lot of protests. And one of the classic protests that we would do is, okay, Ken, sorry. Yeah, Ken, I'm coming with you. I see your link there. You said it's not working. I don't know why. When he's going to shoot these protests, and it used to be like environmental protests, and you'd have Greenpeace there, and you'd have your classic Greenpeace protesters come up with all tie dye and dreadlocks, and I think, I don't care. I mean, I'm no criticism of them, but one thing you do as a cameraman, you have two eyes, but you have one viewfinder, and one viewfinder looks through the lens, and that's what's coming out in this small screen. And the other eye is like a crab on stalks, and it's watching around, because it's all about action and reaction. What's happening, who's reacting to it. So you're always looking for the reaction to what's happening. And I would see, as these protests were going through streets, all these people in tie-dyes and banging drums, and, you know, we got to save the whale, we got to do this. And I would be looking at the onlookers and the passerby, you know, more conservative people. And the effect they were having on these people was not magnetic. It was not attractive. It was repelling the people. I could tell. You'd see it for people's body language. And so it always used to make me think, why do they turn up dressed like they do? Why don't they turn up dressed like the people they're trying to convince, their point of view? And so this is what I'm asking you, is who are you trying to convince? Persuade is the word I'm after, not convince. Who are you trying to persuade with your messages? And really, is you want to look like them. And why it's important to look like them, and I don't mean exactly, but, you know, don't, if you're a conservative audience, don't turn up in dreadlocks and tie-dye, just I use that example, um, is that we do business with people we know, like, and trust. And so when we're here, and this is us at the starting point, we want to have a transaction up here. We want them, to do something, spend money, love us, whatever we want. And we want it to be a straight line, but it's never a straight line on video. It's 2 steps. And the first step is people see you and it's warmth. They go, "Are you like me?" Because once they go, aha, okay, there's an affinity, I've got empathy with that person, then they take the second step. And the second step is, I want to be like you. This is so. What have you got to offer? Yes, I now talk to me. Now I know you're like me. Now I want to be like you. So when people are looking at videos, they're looking for warmth and credibility. Now, this is all happens very, very subconsciously and very quickly, but they want to know, okay, do I like you? Right? And can you solve my problem? But it's that process first. So I would say to you, think about who you are approaching, and dress more like them. So if okay, well, let's talk about me. I'll tell you why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. Hang on, I'll just get rid of your questions there. The reason I wear this is I just hopped off my scooter, right? But I actually think ahead. Blue, like you see, I'm generally in a blue, a dark, a lighter blue, a mid blue. You see me, I'm blues, and because blue is my color. But I'm always in a plain shirt. I'm always in a plain top. Sometimes it's t-shirt, sometimes it's I've got a jacket, but it's always block solid colors. Go and get a women's magazine or an Oprah magazine, traditional, mainstream magazine, and flick through and look at all the photo shoots they do of people. And you'll see they're all wearing solid colors. They've all got like a white tops on, or chambray or whatever, because the solid color then puts the attention on your face. If you wear all patterns, what it does is it competes for attention, and really we want people to be looking at you. So definitely, maybe you're asking, should you be wearing a suit, because I know sometimes you work in the business and the tech world. I would say no, you don't need to at all. But I would just go a solid color. Maybe with you it's just just a button shirt, but just in solid colors. Stay away from white. Video, it's getting better and better, but it blows out and overexposes a lot. But just a solid color, and also be comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, if you're always thinking, in the back of your mind, am I facing the right, way? Is my jacket open here? Is that collar pulled down? If you're doing that, it means you're thinking about you. And this is the big problem with overcoming the fear of videos. We all think it's about us. And the whole thing is, you want to get into a service mindset. This is all about fixing nervous with service. And when you get into that service mindset where, okay, it's not about me, I'm here to help you, it all just becomes so much easier. All right. So yes, okay. Well, Ken, I'm not sure why it's not working your end on that, because maybe reset and send. No, I can't. I don't have to reset that, Ken. I will have a look at that and do a test during the week. I don't want to do it in the middle of the live here. Not a good idea. But certainly love to see if you've got some, if you want to come back, and we'll do a test on that. But yeah, it should be working. I mean, it's been working. So there you go. So Brad says, oh yeah, okay. Let's go back to Brad. So a solid polo shirt for small business owners. Yeah. Whatever you're comfortable in, and consistency is good. And so, I mean, I wear a long sleeve top, and look, and let's talk about this. I'm happy to talk about this, because this is what I encourage people to do. Vulnerability works so well. on video these days, because we all walk around pretending we're all perfect. We all work in buildings and businesses, and we've all got to where we are because we're superhuman, in our career. And we don't want to show any chinks in the armor because we think that's going to, we're going to slip down the greasy pole, and it's been so hard to get up there. Being vulnerable about your weaknesses, about your faults, it's what I was talking about before. It builds the know, like, and trust, because people go, he's like me. I got those sort of problems. So the reason I told you that is that I like wearing a long sleeve shirt, because on my forearm I have a little bit. Gee whiz, isn't that amazing? Normally they're really hard to. Actually have gone down a bit. I've got a couple of bumps. You'll see them. Like those skin, what do you call it, fatty things under there. And when I put my hands up, I always look at them. Maybe some people see them, but I always see them, because that's my fault and my weakness. So I tend to like to wear like a longer sleeve shirt like that, because it means I'm not thinking about them, and it gets back to being comfort, and then I'm in service. But with you, a solid polo shirt it would work really well. Yeah, just be consistent in the color, I would say. It's just going to help with your branding, something about your branding. So go and buy 3 of them, and always have one. And I mean, I literally have a rack there of clothes. And they're all they're all in the blue colors. And so if I've got to come in again, this is about making frictionless video. So like I said, I mean, I got back at 5 minutes to the hour, and just I had this on, so I left it on. But generally, I'd go over there, I'll take one off, put a shirt on. I've got a mirror here, and I've got my beauty stuff there. But it's a bit of hair gel, like that. I've got the mirror. I've got a pair of scissors there. So, and I stand in the mirror, and if I see a big loose thread, I just cut that off, because distractions dilute your message. And if I've got like a hair that's wayward or something like that, I've got makeup. And all the makeup is just a foundation. Just if I got a spot, I had a big pimple on my nose the other day, and so very quick, very easy, and you're just on and in this service mindset. So yeah, hope that helps. All right. Well, that was good. Thanks for all that, Brad. They were good questions. If there's no more questions, we're at half past the hour. Everyone's got a life to lead. We might sign off, and I will try to fix that thing for you, Ken. And that's it. So this is my ending. A quick lesson here. If you're one of the problems with doing videos is people go, I don't know how to start them. That's not the biggest problem you've got. It's actually easy, and I show, that's what I work with clients. I show you actually how easy it is to work out what to say at the start of your videos. But the problem is people never think about the ending, and when they get to the end, they don't know what to say, so they keep saying more stuff and they keep rambling on. This is live, so it's a different scenario. But knowing your ending is absolutely crucial, because once you've got a concise ending that you say all the time, you feel it. Like, it's called mouth feel. Like, you'll say it and you go, oh, this feels right, and you know how to end. And it just tidies things up. So I'm working out a new one, because this is all new. So it's never been easier to overcome your fear of video and start winning the trust, authority, clients, and jobs you've been missing out on. Go to overcomethefearofvideo.com. All right, guys, hooroo. See you next week.